Hello, everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Rita from Doom Patrol. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, that worked. This worked. Alright, I'm trying to get placement, poise, posture, getting all that down while making a monster. And it's a horrible thing to say because she's not a monster. I know that's part of her storyline, and she's trying to come to terms with, you know, the affliction she has. But it sounded funny if I said a monster. Okay, so this one's gonna be. It should be fairly easy because she wears. She's, you know, her character is from what, the 40s, 50s, something like that, and so she wears pretty much just a dress, you know. So this should be easy as far as costuming and design, but yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. Okay, look what I'm doing. I'm doing exactly what I tell you guys not to do all the time. I'm working on the details. And you can't do that. You gotta place the whole thing correctly. Then you can worry about the details. And I think this is gonna work. There we go. Can't go too far. Can't go too far. Okay, and so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to make, like I said, this is why I've said we're gonna make a monster. So I'm going to monster out her limbs. So let me flesh this out a little bit more. How to work. So if you noticed, I drew a leg, even though it's not necessary. I'm gonna erase it. But you got to get your proportions right. You got to make sure that you are, you know, doing it correctly, you know, and it helps to just go ahead and just draw what you need to draw. Don't worry about if it's not going to be seen or if you're going to have to erase it. You know, use the tools you got to use. Like I'm drawing a sketch that's not going to be seen at all, but you got to do it. You got to, you know, do the hard work because it's necessary. You know, that's how you make stuff. Okay, so there's the first monstrous limb. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's raise it up just a little bit like that. There we go. Yeah, so because she can, you know, stretch, she is gonna be falling apart because that was part of the storyline too, is you know, she doesn't have control over all of it, so sometimes she goes gooey, and you know, it happens. Oh, you know, I had an idea for a hand. I want to see if I can pull this off. Alright, so hang on, I'm going to look in my reflection real fast. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to do the pinky up like that. These fingers are going to be down. Let's see, yeah. And this might look kind of weird, but, you know, it's a little different. Because I'm trying to have her like with an elegant hand. A little different. There you go. Sorry if I go quiet, but I do that when I'm concentrating. Nah, because you know what? It looked like I was trying to do something like this. It's just kind of like that, you know, but it ends up looking like this, you know, like she's doing like a you know, hook 'em horns, devil horns, whatever you want to call it. That's what it looked like. So let's not do that. So let's just do fingers out, all coming in like that. Okay, that'll work. So let me flesh these out. And the other one, don't worry about the other one, man. It's going to get crazy with the other one. There we go. All right. That worked out. A little. That's a little tall. You know what? I'm not afraid to go back and redraw that again because it came out a little long. And we're close to being finished, so I don't mind slowing down a little bit just for the details of the fingers to get them to look right. Because also, I think I got it backwards too. I did get it backwards, now that I think about it. I had the pinky straight out, but I wanted that curled up. Like that. And this finger like that. There. That'll work. That's, at least that's enough to sketch. All right, or to draw, to guide me with the Sharpie is what I'm trying to say. All right. So for the other hand, we're just gonna have it dangling down, and what is it gonna be dangling? Let me tell you. So okay, so we're gonna make it monstrous. Alright, again, sorry I would go quiet, but you know, I just start concentrating on what I'm doing and I go super quiet. But that's okay. Let me add her face. And a little bit of detail real fast. And you know what? I mean, hopefully everybody's drawing along. If you're not, it's no big deal. You know, I get it. Not all of these are the ones everybody wants to draw. You know, some people just want to draw unicorns. Some people just want to draw boats, stuff like that. You know, not everybody wants to draw Rita or the Doom Patrol or something like that. You know, but the thing is, it's always good to practice. And so I recommend, even if you don't like drawing something, I mean, what else are you going to do? You know, just spend some time here and draw it. Get some practice in. Because, you know, one day you're going to get called upon to draw a girl or someone in a dress or a monstrous elastic woman that is melting. And you know what? You're gonna whip this out. You're gonna go pladam, pladam. Check me out. How you like me now? And is that the oldest man sounding thing I could have said? But yeah, you'll be able to do it. So you know, it helps to just practice stuff. And like I said, it may not be what you want to draw, but it's good to practice. Alright, I think I am ready to move over. Yeah, looks good to me. super light, so I don't have to erase too much. I need to erase this leg that I sketched out. There we go. Okay, so let me get some of these lines gone now, because I want the Sharpie to stand out, not the pencil lines. But this worked out pretty well. Like I said, it's mostly a dress, and then, you know, elastic, melty, goopy skin. So, it's not going to be too hard. So I say we welcome all the skippers. And get going with the Sharpies. Alright. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but a pen's a little finer than a fine point. It can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it, but left myself enough of an image to see where I'm going to go. So I'm going to start off with a Sharpie pen because I can control the line widths much better than this. And I want to work on fine details right now, like the face. So I'm going to draw her eyes. I'm going to draw the lids. Let's see. Like this. And like this. Looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and draw some retinas. And again, this is super tiny. That's why I'm using this Sharpie, so I can just barely add a few things. Couple of retinas, I'm sorry, those are what's it called? The center part, the black part. Oh, that's the retina, right? The color is the iris. Sorry. But so because it's so tiny, I don't ever draw the bottom of the eye. I just kind of come in a little bit like that, just to kind of imply where the eye is. And then I'm going to draw some lids. Lids, eyebrows, and a little bit of a cat eye, kind of something like that, just to show it's makeup, but not too much because again, it's gonna bleed. So that's all I'm gonna do. Now her hair is gonna kind of fall over this eye, so I want to draw that line first, the hairline. So I'm gonna come over and do this. And then do that. So basically I just wanted to make sure I gave myself enough room that I'm not drawing through the hair. And I'm going to kind of do like I did over here and give her like a little bit of makeup and then the eyebrow. Okay, not bad. So since we got more on this side, let's go ahead and draw just a little bit of a bridge of a nose, then come down here for the nostrils. Something like that. I want to do more, but I'd rather let color do that because, like I said, these are so tiny, it's all going to start to bleed together. So I'll go ahead and draw her mouth. Like that. Draw the top lip. And if you can make it, draw the bottom lip. But again, I know this is so tiny that some of this stuff disappears pretty easily. Okay, so for her chin, we're coming right down the middle. And then I'm going to start to thicken things up because once I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference. So I'm kind of playing around with thicknesses so I can match this right here. And also now that I think about her hair, I'm going to kind of curl it in right here. So let me go ahead and just do something like this, just so I can make sure I don't draw through that hairline again. Okay, so I'm going to draw her jaw. I'll come up this way over here too. Thicken it up, and then I'll go ahead and now that I can see where I'm going to go ahead and just draw her jawline like this, and then I'll do the same thing over here. Oops, kind of got to come in like that a little bit, and then come out. And again, I got her hairline coming down, so let's go ahead and do that so I can make sure I don't draw through it. Oops, now it's starting to get black. I don't want to do that. So I got to be careful with what I'm doing. So our hairline, I'm going to have it parted right here, going back there, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a few lines just to define some things. But I don't want to draw all the lines because, like I said, it's color, and these are just some defining lines. That's all. You know, just to kind of define the waves, where they're going, and then we'll let color do the rest. So we'll go ahead and do the back edge like this. Cut in. I think I'll do a few more like that, just to show those edges. And that's it. That's all I want to do. Let's do a few more little curls like this. Again, these are just defining lines. That's all they really are. All right. So again, I want to darken them up or thicken them up just a little bit. You don't have to if you're working with pencil. You do what you want. Because always remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. But I'm just doing this because, like I said, I've done this so many times. You do a drawing a day and you get used to what's about to happen. So I'm getting ready for how that's going to be. So let's see. So her neck is going to come down here like this, but it's going to disappear around that collar. So I'm going to just come in here and do the other side of it. Come up like that. And then I'll define more in a bit, okay? We'll do like that. That'll give us like a little neckline type thing. Let's do the hair. Let's finish up the hair because I got so excited that I stopped what I was doing. And let's see, let's do some thick lines like that. It's gonna be over her shoulder, so we're gonna come in, go up like this. Something else to think about too is when you're drawing a hairline, it's not all from the front going out. Some of it's going back. So I'm gonna go backwards and close it off like that. So it's got hair going black, going back as well as going forward. You always got to think about how the hair is growing, and then how it's growing, and then how it's flowing. That's what you're gonna do. All right. Okay, that'll work for that. Move over to the big Sharpie and then draw her collar. So she's got like a sleeveless dress on is what I have her in. And so I'm going to give her like a little collar on the dress. It's going to come here like that. The other edge is right that. Let's go ahead and draw the edges of it so you see where we are. Okay. This one's going to go around her breast. So I'm going to come down here, draw the curve for the breast, and come in a little bit. Going to come down like this, and I'm starting to draw the dress, so that's why I'm adding like little bumps because it's cloth. You know, it's actually got bends in it. She has a tiny belt, so let's go ahead and let's do the belt with the small Sharpie, just to give it a contrast. You know, so I'm going to add just like a buckle right here. But like I said, it's contrast, so I don't have to worry too much about what do you call it? About thick lines or anything like that. And it's a nice complement too to the thick lines that we're drawing. Okay, so I'm not even going to put it in a loop. I'm just going to have it around her dress. Kind of like a little fashionable waist belt. I am going to thicken it up just a little bit, just a hair, because I realized that the little lines in the cloth that I did, they're a little too much like it. And I want them to be separate, to differentiate which is which, okay? All right, so her dress is going to be colored, so I'm not too worried about all the detail there. So let's work on her arms. This one, I've got just hanging down. She's just kind of like got her hand out, elegant, saying, "Check me out, my name's Rita. I'm with the Doom Patrol." All right, there's the crook of her arm. It's going to come in like this, just a hair. Then I'm going to bend it up to the wrist, like that. Let's go do the other side so you see where we are. And come in like this to the elbow. She's got a nice, thin, elegant arm. This is not a superhero or, you know, someone who's in muscular fist fights. This is a beautiful lady. An elegant, beautiful lady. Okay, in her hand, I just got it out like this, so I'm going to draw, let's see if I can do it. It's hard if I can't turn my paper. I'm going to draw the back of her hand like this. I'm going to draw, it's hard to do tiny little digits like this with a big Sharpie, but we're going to try. We're going to try. I'm going to draw the pinky up like this. To the inside of the hand, like that. Then the other fingers are kind of, she's kind of doing like this. So these are curled, these are straight. Okay, but you're looking at it from the side. So here's the ring out, and then the index finger is right beside it, but you can't see it like that. Okay. So I'm going to draw the palm of her hand to the thumb, like that. Okay, that worked out. And I'm going to clean it up a little bit with the small Sharpie because, like I said, it's hard to draw tiny stuff with a tiny Sharpie or that big fat Sharpie. They're called fine point Sharpies, but they're made for things other than drawing tiny things with Sharpies. I mean, on paper like that. All right, I like that. Let's walk away before we get any crazier. All right, so this arm is where she's getting goopy. So I'm gonna draw her just. I've got the arm sketched out like as if this was the arm. It's gonna come down like this. And I'm gonna start to add goops. And follow it. So the hand is just hanging out. So here's a finger. We're gonna say this is the thumb. I'm gonna go back up and then I'll do the digits. Okay, that's a little mistake, but well, not mistake, but it shouldn't have been done with the outline here. You'll see why in a second. All right. Okay, so for the fingers, we'll do the middle finger like this. We'll connect it to that ring finger. Then the pinky. We'll just do like that. So see, I meant it to drip, but just it wasn't ready for it yet. Okay, so I should probably be doing this with color, but it's so fun to do. And I didn't really plan it. I just drew a bunch of bumps, saying, okay, this is how her fleshy goop of an arm would be. If it was dripping down like that. So there you go. Ooh, there's a big gap right there. Let's do something. All right. Same here. A little something. All right. Okay, so now we're just drawing the rest of her dress and then regular leg and goopy foot back behind it. Okay, so the dress is just hanging down. Gonna have some billowy folds. Like that. Oh, that's a little bumpy, but that's okay. That's not the part anybody's gonna be concentrating on. So, you know, I'm not worried about that. All right. That's going to be mostly color, so I'm not too worried about that. Now, for her foot, we're going to do this one just sticking out. I already drew the entire thing back behind to make sure I knew where the proportions are going to go. So the front of the leg's going to come down here like this. It's going to go to the front of the toe, or the front of the shoe. The calf is coming in here to the ankle, like this. And she's got on a high heel, but you can't really see, so we're just going to do that. That's all you can really see. You can't even really see that, honestly, but I got to give you something, right? So, his back foot, we're going to goop it out. So we're going to say it's going bleh, right? So, bleh. Goop. Now go ahead and draw like a toe. Let's see, there's another one like this. That kind of gooped out. Another one like this. And that's all we can really see of that. So, Again, we're going to goop up that foot. Something like that. And I think that's good. I think that's nice and goopy. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Rita from Doom Patrol. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.